Jason here, and today we are going to be looking at a pinball game on the Super Nintendo. Now I have to be honest, it's not the best pinball game compared to today's standards, but sometimes it really helps to look back into the past and see what made this game so good for its time. You know, we've come so far, but in a sense, have we lost our way? As a game designer, I love looking at the core of these games. Some of these retro games are fairly simple, but it's the simplicity. You look at it and you understand it, and you understand what made this game so good and what made it tick. Now there are certain things about some of the newer pinball games that I don't really like, and in this game, for its time, in my opinion, did everything right. And this game is Pinball Dreams on the Super Nintendo. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Pinball Dreams was originally released for the Amiga in 1992, with ports of the original appearing for PC, Super Nintendo, and several other systems. Although a more recent release of the game has it appearing on iOS, PlayStation Minis, and OS X. Today we are just going to be focusing on the Super Nintendo release, which is probably the port that is most true to the original Amiga version. The game features 4 different pinball tables. The first table is Ignition, which is themed around rockets, planets, and space exploration. Ignition will have you gathering fuel and traveling to new planets to score big points. The second table is Steel Wheel, which is themed around operating a train in the Old West. Steel Wheel will have you accumulating more train cars, increasing your travel distance, and raising ticket prices to earn more points. The third table is Beatbox, which is themed around the music industry, bands, and tours. Beatbox features lots of fun ramp shots, plenty of opportunity for looping ramps and racking up points. The fourth table is Nightmare, themed around a graveyard and demons. Nightmare will have you hitting the 2 side ramps and running the clock up to midnight for huge bonuses. One interesting thing to note about this table is that the original Amiga version had red blood under the left pop bumper. This was changed to blue on the Super Nintendo version, and one of the gravestones shaped like a cross was removed. This was during a time when Nintendo of America was trying to protect our young eyes from blood and religious imagery. Many games that were translated from Japanese Famicom versions were also filtered for our innocent virgin eyes in North America. What I really like about Pinball Dreams is that you can tell the designer's new pinball. The table layout and rules are immediately familiar to anyone who has played much pinball. Just like most pinball machines, you'll hit all of the rollover lanes near the top to increase the bonus multiplier. It even allows you to change the lane lights with the flipper buttons, which has been a popular feature ever since the Fireball pinball machine from 1980. The only disappointing thing is that the direction of the lane change is the same regardless of which flipper button you press. The ball physics are quite good for a game from 1992. You can even nudge the machine to try to influence the ball, just don't nudge too much or you'll tilt. One other really cool thing about this game is you can do the move known as a bang back, an illegal move which has been banned from tournament pinball play, but is fair game in Pinball Dreams. A bang back is when you nudge or bang the machine while holding down the flipper button closest to the ball as the ball's going down the left or right drains. This causes the ball to bounce back into play.
Now I have to be honest, the Pinball FX games are a lot of fun. I really enjoy them, but there are certain things that I really don't like about them. And it's something that this game does right, where Pinball FX, in my opinion, does wrong. Now I understand this is something that I probably shouldn't have a problem with, but it's the unrealistic aspects of Pinball FX that I don't like. For a pinball game, I want it to be realistic. I want it to be a game that you could actually turn into a pinball machine and play it. Some of the Pinball FX games, the tables, you have animations, you have characters walking across the pinball table, you have all this crazy stuff that could never possibly happen on a real pinball table. And that's one thing that this game does right. You could actually make these these tables in this game into actual pinball tables that would function and play just like they do on here. So anyway, that's my quick review on Pinball Dreams for the Super Nintendo, and I'll catch you guys later.